worried about.
So Captain, are we live?
Good. All right. Welcome to the OCR Report's coverage of the Deka Mile World Championships. This is day 2 of an epic 3-day weekend. I am Dave Claxton on along with Colin Chuck. Today we got Jack, the Statsman Bauer. Jack, how's it going, buddy? And welcome to the booth.
I'm doing great, Dave. I think yesterday was so much fun watching all the close battles and stuff. We had a lot of surprises. It's going to be the same exact thing today, honestly, for the Deka Mile.
All right, so when I look at this, and I'll say straight out, this is the event that I was looking forward to the most. I think this breeds this great amount of competition. And where we saw a little bit of the Deka fit, sometimes they can get away from each other. Some of the elite athletes can create a gap. I do not foresee much gap being created here.
Okay, if you watched last year's race, we had Ryan Kent for the men's race. We had Ryan Kent and Ryland Shattuck just going battling. Kent kind of picked his moments to make an attack, but if you watched Ryland, he was such a fantastic cornerer. Like they're going to be doing 80 meters out, 80 meters back. They're essentially doing a U-turn 2 separate times. And Ryland kept his speed up, and I hope that athletes this year rewatch last year's team and took notes, because keeping your speed up instead of having to do essentially a dead stop on the corners, that's going to make a big difference in the men's and women's race, in my opinion.
You got to apex those corners, and you got to negotiate. I mean, these floors can get slick. It can definitely be the difference. If you, if you get a little slippery in your shoes, you don't have the right shoe selection. We can see that can make all the difference. Let's talk about some of the women as we got the women going first here. Again, big word. No Vivian Tafudo, unfortunately, out for this weekend. That leaves the podium spot open. Who do you think can jump up and fill that position?
Well, another podium spot missing yesterday is winner Morgan Schultz. Got to give a shout out there as well. Would have been great seeing her as well. But Tara Jackson, I mean, you saw her. She was closing hard. Last year, she ended up getting third at Deka Mile. That was the one event that she did not win last year. Second place in yesterday's event. You'd think she's the favorite with Morgan Schultz not being here.
Tara, like we said yesterday, is dialed in for Deka. She is focused. This is her number one priority. She has got nothing else on her mind. The question is, and this will be the one that jumps out, is Camilla has come on the scene very hot over the last 6 months. Can Camilla run with Tara in the mile? Maybe didn't have her best day yesterday. Does she bounce back today?
I think Camilla does, definitely. She was in podium position. She not necessarily in third place, but like right behind in fourth place for a good majority of the race. It looked like her bike seat was a little bit too low, and she struggled on that. Normally at station, she does very well at, and that kind of took her out of contention a little bit. She had to throw in a little surge later to catch up, and it just didn't work out in her favor finishing fourth.
All right.
We are going to get Joe on the mics. So loud.
We're going to work our way down to starting line. We're going to be right on the floor like normal. So we're going to work our way down there because things are getting fired up here. All right. Quick microphone change.
Check mine.
Yeah, all right. You're on it. Hear us? All right.
I gotta go.
Start it over.
There we go. So like I said, it looks like the run course might be a little narrower than last year, or is my eyes deceiving me?
I mean, I don't know your vision, but honestly, it does look a little bit narrower. You're seeing right now Robin on the rollerblades right there, just looking at the course. You probably can fit about 3 people wide. You're definitely going to see a mad sprint to the start on heading into station 1 for the lunges, realistically, because you only fit 3 wide right here. Really quick hairpin turn, and as you mentioned, it's a pretty similar course to last year, honestly. Like, very linear, impossible to screw up. You've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 10 listed in a row. I think it's very well laid out. It's going to be a fast time.
I think the reason it is so similar is because it works so well.
Yeah.
And this time we are. And I think, quite frankly, I think Yancey likes a group. He likes a little bit of the old kind of track. He likes people getting in, getting the elbows up in the move. let's take a look at something that is one of the biggest differences this year.
Yeah.
We take a look over at the tanks, the new tanks. We're sitting here. Jack, we thought that they would make a big difference in men's times yesterday, but you said maybe they didn't make as much difference as we thought.
No, some of the times that I saw, I was expecting, based on the warm-up area, a lot of people were like, oh, it's going to be so easy, but when you're deep in the race, you've already exerted yourself a ton. A lot of the splits were in the 2 teens, and I was expecting sub 2 minutes based on how people were reacting and thinking it would be a lot faster, but it wasn't as big of a difference as I expected.
Yeah. All right, we keep moving down. We're going to get down to the start line. Introductions will be starting soon. All right, introductions will be starting soon, so we got to get down there to make sure we're close enough. Someone else that we didn't talk about that was not involved yesterday, that was not in the race, but will be in it today, Carly Wopat.
Yep.
And Carly definitely changes the dynamic of this race. With her power and her ability and strength, she's a whole new dynamic. How do you think she'll play into today?
When you think about Deka fit, yeah, we got to go. Sorry, it's too loud with that speaker.
Yeah, so I gotta get by.
All right,
there we go.
So as you were mentioning, Carly Wopat's in the race. She's the only woman ever to go sub 12 in Deka Strong. Yesterday, Deka Fit is about 60% running, 40% stations. Today, it's about 60% stations, 40% running. Huge difference having a sub 12 in you for Deka Strong. I don't see her not getting on the podium. How about you?
For the podium, I think, is a tough ask, but I see her inserting herself for sure in the mix. She needs to remember, and I believe she is, I believe she's seasoned enough to remember not to get caught up in that initial run.
Yeah.
Carly, I think, is going to do her best if she is the last person to the lunges.
Yeah.
You still see we got some of the age groupers still finishing up, some of the actual battle warriors here. Killing it out on course. I love seeing it. Yeah. You can see a crowd gathered already by the lunge area.
Oh yeah, big crowd already.
I'll tell you right now, that girl right there, her name is Denise. She's 74 years old.
Yeah. From Canada.
I don't know if she's from Canada. She's from Horseheads. New York area is her home gym.
That's going to be you, Dave.
That's right, that's going to be me, 74. God, I hope. I love that. So, we see all the athletes warming up now, getting ready. We should be about 7 minutes from start time.
Yeah, you can see the clock. It's 11:54. They're supposed to schedule or start at noon. Athletes.
Yeah, Jack, tell us for some of these women who you think that maybe wasn't a player yesterday that might be a player today.
I mean, anybody who saw yesterday's race, Lauren Griffith, what breakout performance. We knew she was coming. She wasn't seated in the top 3, ended up 3rd at the end of the day, but she was aggressive. I was competing basically at the same time that she was on the course. How did she look? Like, watching that race afterwards, I was so impressed with her tactics.
She looked exactly like she should look, like she's trained by Lauren Weeks. She went out fast, she went out hard, and she was strong. I think Lauren Griffith is great now, but next year she's going to be an absolute force. I mean, she might already be there, but I think that she has all the talent, all the potential, and she's got the training and the work ethic. She's going to be great. I could see her definitely sneaking on the podium again today.
So could you see her kind of like Ryland Shattuck? We saw all the potential last year. Look at it. He could end up winning all 3 events this year.
Definitely. And I think although the fit is a tough race to figure out mentally, this one could be even harder because it hurts more, and with the crowd it adds a whole new thing. This is far less time trial, far more race. And that's why I really like it is pure racing.
Yeah, they're basically going to disappear for about 15 seconds and be back to us right after. It's going to be amazing.
And you think about it, every time you run a Deka Fit, you're running the same course. You're running in a normal procedure. Most of these people have never run a Deka mile against another person. They're individual time trials. Now you have 10 at once in a confined space. I mean, this is maybe 10 feet wide. There's not enough room for 4 people across.
Not at all.
There is going to be jockeying. And then when we get into the zones, if you are late getting there, you're going to get a far back box that's going to cost you maybe 5 to 10 seconds getting your position. So sometimes in a situation like this, it might actually pay to do the thing we say never to do and go out a little
too fast, especially that first hairpin turn. Like there are some athletes, Chris Orglowski, dead last lunges yesterday.
Yes.
Coming out of it, finished 5th. That might not be feasible in today's race because there isn't as much running. So it might benefit an athlete like her who went a little bit slower on the lunges. Get out hot, get a good position because you're probably going to lose a few seconds anyway. That'll at least allow you to lose fewer seconds relative to the rest of the field at that point.
We've already addressed that trying to apex these corners is definitely the best way to go.
Yep.
You can't go 10 wide.
No.
You're going to be lucky to go 2 wide.
Yep.
And the blocks on the end this year, last year, it was just our tripod drape, what's the word I'm looking for now? Banners.
Yep.
Whereas now there's a 300-pound block at the end. So that's a
You
little
can't-
more daunting. You're not going to run
Don't
through
crash
it.
into that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Kevin Gregory might, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody else should
Carly
probably
might be
avoid
able to move it,
Carly
yeah.
Ash.
Yeah, but we have 6 top 9 finishers from yesterday's Deka Fit in the field today. I guess we're starting at 12:10.
12:10.
12:10.
Thank you very much, because we got a slight delay, 12:10.
It's all good.
No worries there. Actually,
Fill the
gives us
time.
time to go through.
Yep.
And actually, what it will do is give some time to talk about some of the men.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to have time in between each race.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's finish up with the women's preview. Then we'll do it. So, like I mentioned, we have 6 of the top 9 finishers from yesterday's race in Deka Fit, competing in Deka Mile again. Another name to watch: Katie Duke.
Yes.
3 women in this field have broken 20. She's one of them. 19:31 is her seed time coming in here. Hasn't really competed on the big stage. I think she ran 1 race, and she was basically battling head-to-head with Nicole Miracle for in Anaheim or
Yeah,
somewhere
I
in
believe it was
California.
Anaheim,
Yeah, so she can run with about anybody, very athletic. I think she's going to have a great race. And that 19:31, you don't break 20 on accident. That's a really good time in the men's field, never mind the women's field.
When you think about it, like we said before, your times on a Deka Fit are going to be very telling. The times on the Deka Mile can vary very much course to course from individual gym.
Yep.
So you are a lot more vague in these standings, right? It's not quite so cut dry. So you're absolutely right. Somebody like Katie Duke, who is sitting in a fourth position, could easily jump up. And we could see something like yesterday. Morgan Schultz was rated 8th.
Yeah.
And 1. I mean, that's the kind of thing you see. Somebody like an Annie Schiller sitting 7th.
Yeah.
Could jump up. You
Annie
never
has
know.
several wins in the Spartan Stadium race. She's really good at stadium races, so she's used to weaving in and out of traffic and being good at the station and stuff. She's fresh. She decided not to run Deka Fit yesterday, so an athlete like Annie Schiller could be very good as well.
And Chris Rogloski, would anybody be
Good
surprised if
Yeah.
Chris Rogloski finished anywhere?
No.
I mean,
No.
she's completely unpredictable. You cannot figure out what she's going to do. She can win. She can finish. Like I said, if she finished on the podium in any position, you could not be surprised. You just have to assume Chris is going to do the amazing every time she sets on the course.
Absolutely. And last year, Alondra Greenleaf finished 2nd place in all 3 events. Yet yesterday, she got 6th place in Deka Fit. She is in E2 today. So don't think this race is over just based on the results from Heat 1. You could easily see Alondra, and I think the shorter distances are more her domain as well.
100%. She's the kind of person who can put in a deadly rower and a deadly ski and be one of the best on the bike, and that is so important in this setup. So I wouldn't, Alondra jumping up in there from the 2nd heat, it just means everybody in that 1st heat, even if you break away to lead, you got to keep the pedal down.
One other thing to keep in mind, if you look at the splits from yesterday's race, you had Morgan Schultz, Tara Jackson, Lauren Griffith. All 3 of them ran either 19:07 or 19:08 for their 5K split. It's going to come down to the stations. They're equal runners at the end of the day, and who had the faster station? Tara Jackson.
Yeah,
Morgan is not in here. I think it's going to favor her.
I mean, I am the homer. I pretty much seem to pick Tara every time we call one of these, and I will continue to do so.
Yeah.
At least until I'm proven to be stupid for doing it. But Tara is fit. She's ready to go. She's my pick. And I'll tell you right now, I think it's going to be Tara Jackson, Camilla Massa, and you know what? I'm going to call Carly to take up there.
Carly?
I think she's going to do it. I'm going to get on the Carly bandwagon, and I'm ready to be impressed.
It is absolutely not going to go in order of seat time. No chance. No chance. Once you have in-person battles, got to throw everything out the window. The cream will always rise to the top, but I agree. Tara Jackson is going to take home the win, in my opinion. 2nd place, I was so impressed with what she did, not only in the solo race for Deka Fit, but also teaming up with Kevin Gregory. Lauren Griffith, 2nd place. That's my guess. 3rd place, Camilla Massa. I think if she gets her bike seat on the right height, her race is a totally different race yesterday, and I think that won't be an issue today. She's my 3rd podium spot.
The bike was definitely an issue for her yesterday. Definitely got a seat that was much too low, and definitely cost her.
She had the broken hand also, so getting on the podium would be a a heck of a performance. She does
I
that.
talked to her this morning. She says she feels ready. She says
Yep.
today's another day, and I'm good to go. So,
We'll see who's right.
you can't make a bad pick.
The one missing title that Tara has after 2 wins last year is first place in the mile. That'll be a nice way to cap out her trophy.
All right, we got a little bit here. You want to talk about some of the men?
Let's do it. So yesterday in the men's race, Ryland Shattuck put on a clinic. And as for the rest of the race, Ryan Kent, Rich Ryan, the other 2 people, last year's winner in second place, they didn't finish. Rich dealing with an injury, Ryan also dealing with an injury and sick. I don't think that race went how anybody expected.
No, the only part that you could say expected was Ryland going out in the beginning and leading so hard, and Ryland learning from his mistakes last year.
Yep.
To me, what we saw was, yes, a guy who looked on the first half of the race just like he did last year, but who had learned how to race that second half of the race and learned exactly what pace he needed to go, how to not tip over that very fine line and ride that razor's edge. And to expect him to do anything different today would be foolish. I think Ryland, and I've called Ryland for the sweep all weekend.
Yeah.
He is so dialed in and so fit.
He's the record holder in all 3 events. I mean, on paper, and not only on paper, what we saw yesterday, there's no reason he should lose this event.
No, and you got to expect as well, he's going to come out hot. He is one of the ones with the best foot speed, which means he's going to be first to the stations, and he's going to avoid that peloton, if you will, that chase back. He's not going to be in the shoulder rubbing and everything. He's going to get out fast. He's going to get out really hurried.
And last year we saw a great battle between Ryan and Ryan Kent, and it came down to the burpees. Ryan Kent, he kind of made all of his moves on the zones, as opposed to Ryland, who just held his speed on all the corners and was the better runner throughout it. Ryan came in with maybe like a 3 or 4 burpee deficit and ended up passing him in like a 1-second sprint across the finish line. It was such a good finish.
He actually had to jump over Ryland's legs at the finish.
No one had previously broken like 17:30, and they both broke 17. Can we see a world record again this race?
You know, I think you might, and the reason being is like you're not going to out burpee Ryland now. He's dialed it in.
Too good.
So yeah, I think. Well, you know, I like to say I would say a world record, but at the same time, this tight setup.
It is a little tighter. I agree.
It could be hard. The cornering is going to be not quite as fast. Like there's just not as much room to apex there.
Regardless of the time, the race is going to be phenomenal. And we talked about Ryan and Ryland. Obviously, they had the 2 top finishes last year. It's all about this year. Second place, David McGeeta yesterday. What a performance! Nick Riker has elevated his game to a different level. Sub 30 as well. Dylan Scott, 30.02 in 4th place. Like, you have some serious contenders in this race.
Nick Riker has just done. He's just constantly stepped up. And he was, like we figured, consistent, and then another bump up. And yesterday he took that bump up.
Yep.
It was amazing. Nick Riker, one of the fan favorites of everybody.
Oh, yeah. And Nick is one of those athletes who previously just went out so hard every single race, but now he can hang on. There's a big difference between just being aggressive and being able to fake it versus getting to the Ram burpees in second place with a minute left in the race at a world championship. Nick has leveled up his game, could easily end up on the podium a second straight time.
We are getting the women's introductions here. Let's get down and check it out.
One other name, Dave.
Yep.
Grayson Kilgore. Don't forget about him. We'll talk more about the men's race between races, but let's move to the women.
We're going to get over here. We're going to get right on the inside. Follow me. This side. Yeah, she'll constantly hide along the line. It's a lot of traffic, a lot of organized. Like we said, this is a tight area, so we're trying to get the cameras here.
Yep.
So as you can see there, we got all the way on the start line. We got Cara, we got Camilla, Alex Walker, who we didn't get a chance to mention yet, Tara, Chris, right up along the front.
Carly's got 6 inches on the field.
Yeah, she's easy to pick out.
Yep.
So Jack, we know Ryland's going to lead the men out. Who's going to lead the women out?
That's honestly a tough call. You'd think intuitively it might be Tara, because she never likes to be too far behind, but she always is a second half racer at the same time. I don't think she'll necessarily lead, but I don't see a way that she's not towards the front. After what I saw yesterday, Lauren Griffith is probably going to be first to touch the lunges.
I was going to say the same thing. I mean, it is that Weeks mindset, right?
Yeah.
The hybrid engine teaches you get out fast and get going, get in the fight. I wouldn't be surprised to see Alex Walker get out a little fast today too, though. I think she's
She
got.
typically does. Bridget Brown, let's not forget about her. Last year, 3rd place in fit, 4th place in the mile. Former college soccer player at Oklahoma State, I believe. Like, very, very good agility and taking these corners, maintaining your speed, getting back up to speed really quickly. That has soccer written all over it. So I think you'll see her up front as well, even though she just had a baby.
Yeah, well, listen, I was on the course, Bridget, while she was still pregnant with that baby, and she was no slouch then.
Yeah.
I don't really think it's going to be much of a problem for her.
No. We've seen some amazing pregnant performances in the past with Lauren Weeks and High Rocks, and obviously Bridget. Yeah, let's see here. Are they calling some people back? Or?
It looks like they might be making some adjustments to the field here. Just get a word here, see what's happening.
Yeah, let's maybe take a look at the start line, just show them what they're doing.
Camilla's coming back now.
Yeah.
All right, definitely getting a little bit of organization going here.
Yeah, and every single athlete besides Katie Duke and Samantha Faddis, they're going to be competing in strong tomorrow as well. So this could be a very good preview. Now that running isn't necessarily the differentiator, this could be a very good preview for what's going to happen tomorrow.
So if you are one of those athletes, let's say you're a Tara Jackson and you get a good lead, do you back off a bit? Do you save it for the next day?
I don't know. You have to know your strengths and your opponent's strengths as well. From what I saw, the lunges, the running, there isn't too much separation in the early half. You kind of have to make a move at the end on the burpees and sell out, and that might affect you the next day.
So it looks to me like they have moved Alondra Greenlee into the first wave.
Okay. Yep.
So now we said Alondra was someone who could sneak in out of the second wave.
Yes, there might have been a scratch or something because she was ranked 11th in there, but regardless, 2nd place last year, 6th place yesterday.
Now I'm looking at two faces here. I'm looking at Carly Wopat and I'm looking at Camilla Massett, and I am seeing some intensity.
Look at Lauren Griffith, just very calm on the right side of the start line.
Yeah, you get this.
I like her. Would you rather be on the outside or the inside, having this tight corner?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. You know what? If I'm running on my own, I'm going to want to be on the outside to hit a nice apex. But right now, you might want to, on the first run, take that hard break, hug the corner on the inside,
save
go in.
2 meters total out of the 80.
Yeah, but it's going to be about. And I mean, it sounds like a race, like an auto racing. Track position is going to be important in this first.
Absolutely. This reminds me of a lot of stadium races when they send you up a staircase. It's like, do you want to be on the outside? You might have to go a little bit extra versus the inside, where it's more efficient.
Well, if you're on the first lunge mat compared to the one in the back, you're adding 15 meters to your race.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then you can see the veterans, Tara and Chris, just relaxed and shaking it loose.
I don't know. Am I seeing this? It almost looked like Katie Duke had like nosebleed or something like this. She had like a tissue, but for the past couple minutes. But I might be saying something wrong. All right, prediction sub 19 for the winner.
Oh yeah. Sub 19 for the winner. I don't know about that world record.
18:48. Vivian holds it, I believe.
I think that'll stand by the end of the day. But I do think this is just under 19 ages.
All right, it's about to happen.
Yep, we're good.
I got the last runner coming up.
Last runner finishing.
Let's go, girl! We got our last runner on the course clearing out. It's always kind of fun to see.
Yeah.
That's what this is about, man. Deka's for everybody.
Now let's say you're in the women's heat right now. You've been on the start line, kind of just standing still for 5-6 extra minutes than you're expecting. You think that's getting in anybody's head, or you think they're just so dialed in at this point it's not a big deal?
I think that's where the veteranship plays in. And I think if you're used to it, you've been through this before, you'll see it a lot. If you don't have a lot of race experience, it might be a little unnerving. You might have mistimed your warm-up.
Yeah.
But we all know races.
Everybody needs to have multiple warm-up types. Sometimes they have to be a little long. Sometimes you have to warm up for when you have a short notice if they move the clock up. So I think they're all prepared for a situation.
Sometimes you need a start line warm-up.
Yeah. Just do a couple lunges. All right, looks like we're about to send them off. And I'm just trying not to get run over.
Course is clear. We're going to just try to stay out of the way and bring you the action.
All right, Lauren Griffith, as we expected.
Look at that rabbit go.
Have fun being the rabbit.
Hey, sometimes you need roller skates.
And you can't even keep up with him. That's how fast Robin's gone.
Right down to the end. And like I said, like you predicted, Jack, Lauren Griffith looks like, and she's going to be tight on the inside.
Yep.
But she is hollering. That looks like, look how wide Alex Walker went.
Alex
almost
went
into the zone.
I was going to say, she almost collided with the black marker.
Alondra is pushing.
Oh, yeah.
Christopher Glasky settling
I
into
think
a
Chris
strike.
doing a very
Look at
smart
Alondra.
thing.
She's going to take the, she wants to be the
Alondra
lunges
wants it.
early.
Oh, you better watch out.
There we go. Followed by Bridget.
Carly's going to be way back.
But we knew that would be where she'd have to be. Let's get behind this block here so we're out of the way.
That was sub 40 seconds. Alondra is in great position.
Yeah, she made a tactical move there.
Alex
up
is
the
facing
inside.
a weird direction. I'm a little surprised with that. So,
yeah, and Chris doing the crisscross on the mat.
Chris, I don't care what position she's in right now. She was dead last yesterday and finished 5th overall. I think she knew this was going to be a struggle station for her, so I like that she got out a little aggressive.
Yeah, and she never really gives too much on this station.
No.
Here we go. Out early.
Crap.
There we go, Camilla behind. Alex out. Carly made some ground on that
Bridget,
station.
Chris in dead last. Unbelievable.
But not surprised. We know that Chris is not great on that station.
Keep talking. I'm gonna walk in.
We got coming around. Alondra is pushing. She's in second now, but she has decided she needs to be up front early.
Annie Schiller.
Annie Schiller in the lead right now, but being chased by Lauren Griffin and Alondra Greenlee, and follows close by Camilla Mack.
To make a difference.
I think
Bridget Brown's a good rower. She had a really quick transition right there.
Yeah, I think Bridget is holding back a little bit. We're going to see if we can get you some splits here, some times. Just right around here.
What?
We'll make sure. Make sure.
So most of the women are. We've got Camilla doing a 149. The rest of the women are in the 152 to 150.
Yeah, we'll be out of the way in time. I promise you.
They're gonna come out this way.
Okay. Yep,
So
we
it's
promise.
over there.
Yep. You're good.
We've seen Camilla. She's lowered her pace down to 148.
That is an
Sarah
incredible.
Jackson at 150. We're seeing Bridget Brown above 2 minutes though.
Got Alondra Greenlee at a 154 pace.
Lauren Griffith's staying nice and smooth, 153. She doesn't look like she's overexerting herself. Neither is Annie.
So they all
Alondra
seem to be
cranking on
playing a nice and not getting too caught up here. They're running fast. Other than Alondra looks like she's pulling hard.
Now everybody's going to do a quick little, on this side, everybody's going to do a quick little U-turn. I think Lauren is in great position. She can get off and just go exit right. Everyone else is going to have to turn around slightly.
Let's see if we can get some other times here. Carly Wolf.
They're about to get off. Camilla is at 480
Alex
meters.
Walker
Camilla's about to
digging
go.
Sarah
And Camilla
Jackson
is your
rolling.
first
She's
one
finishing
off.
up. Camilla off.
Annie Schiller right behind her. Lauren Griffin third, Tara Jackson, Alondra Greenlee in fifth. They're separated by about 2 seconds. Carly Woolpack getting off. What a battle for the first 6. Looked like a little confusion on whether to do a U-turn or...
Yeah. Still got Chris finishing up.
See that?
Yeah. This side.
Camilla Moss is definitely in first place at the moment, and she had one of the fastest box up overs yesterday.
And she is running well right now.
Look at Tara Jackson making a move. She wants to get a really good box.
I think Tara's decided she needs to be in the fight now.
We're gonna get run over here.
We're gonna go over this side. Get right on the line. There we go. And like you said, look at Camilla with those box overs moving
very
super smooth.
quick. Annie's very efficient. Tara is very good at it.
Lauren.
And you have athletes like Chris and Bridget getting in, while the other athletes are 15 reps in.
You're going to see a mass come out super fast.
I think Camilla's going to take off like a bullet.
There she goes.
Absolutely.
Looks like she's a couple of reps, maybe
I
three
like
reps.
the position she's in right now.
Oh, she is moving well.
Yeah, this is good.
Now there's Lauren. Alondra and Tara out.
Lauren Griffith and Annie, they're going after it. Man, Tara just looks so intense every step that she takes. Harley in 6th.
Alex
Katie Duke
Walker
7.
coming out.
Alex Walker in 8. Chris Dragowski 9. All right, let's get over to the sit-ups.
Yeah.
Fast.
Goes Bridget down. This is so fast action, that's hard to call, but Camilla Massa asserting some dominance
They
right
do
now.
not have the target this time. They're just doing the standard sit-ups like you would at a local gym.
We need you guys out of the way. Next wave is starting. They're going to zone 1.
We'll be right up against it. We'll be right up against it.
Out this red side.
We'll be run. Our wave 2 is just about to start here, so we're going to be even more chaos.
Lauren looks like she's the fastest. Camilla's a little, not slow on it, but not make a difference. Not
Yeah.
separating.
She pushed very hard on that run, and that could have affected her sit-ups here. And here we go. Wave 2 is underway.
Annie is cranking on it right now. Wave 2 is underway.
Bridget Brown now coming in. Getting Yancey in there, showing some judging keys, making sure that Lauren gets it between the heels. Camilla hopping out.
Camilla's out. I'll get a time on it.
Lauren picking up.
6-second gap behind Lauren. About 8 seconds to Annie.
Annie's up. Alex made a huge
Alex
move.
with a huge move. Holy crap.
Underestimated station, though.
Alex in 4th place.
Tara's not having it, though. She says, I'm taking you back, Alex.
Oh, man. What a battle.
Everybody stay clear. We're going to be hugging the line here.
Alondra gets up to speed very quickly as well.
She has that power. She just like a sprinter. Camilla looking a little winded but pushing hard. But we always said this is where the race starts. Everything else before this was a bit of a warm-up.
I'll try to get some paces if I can sneak over.
So we've got Camilla in there. We've got Alondra.
I need to get a pace.
Jack's going to try to get us some splits here. Chris Dragowski now coming in. This is a spot where somebody like Carly is going to have to start to make her move. Camilla using that long stride. The wave coming by.
So most of the top women are skiing at about a 2:01, 2 flat. Lauren Griffith was just under 2 at the beginning, and now she's hovering around 2 flat.
Her cadence definitely looks like one of the fastest cadence, so one of the highest stroke rate.
Yeah.
Same with Alondra, though. Alondra with that short, powerful stroke.
This is one of the opportunities that you can kind of let your heart rate drop a little bit while still staying about the same pace, though. So I think that some of the athletes, you see them with a slightly lower ski erg or a slightly slower ski erg sometimes, so that they can attack this next run and really make a move in the farmer's
That's a
carry
personal
after.
strategy of mine when I'm doing it, is I use that ski erg as like a last sec just to take a breath, take a little time off, because the race is going to get painful.
Exactly. And last year we saw, where was the move made? Farmer's carry. That's coming up next. You got to save something for that.
Yep. And this farmer's carry being the 10 meter rounds, it's not like the farmer carry in the fit where it's maybe 30 seconds. It's going to be closer to a minute, 45 to a minute in that range. So it's going to be a lot more energy.
And if I'm doing, so we have Camilla getting off, 9:27 in. Lauren Griffith, now 3 seconds right there on the ski erg.
And we know Lauren's not going to die on that run.
Annie,
Sarah and Annie.
Sarah, Alex is just about finished. Alondra's off.
So Alondra and Alex right side by side.
If I'm going to the farmer's carry, I'm going as far as possible so that you can keep your running speed up.
Yeah, and then dive right back into it. maybe the second one in to avoid the sharp
To
turn
avoid the
around
sharp
side.
turn. But if you pick down at the end, the closest to the air bike, that's a bad idea. This is a chaotic course, to say the least.
That's right. Here comes Camilla and Lauren right behind her. Now, Jack, I think this is a completely underestimated zone where it can really spike your heart rate.
Exactly, absolutely. People think it's a recovery zone. No, you're carrying 100 pounds right, or 80 pounds right there for the women.
And some of these women, that is a huge percentage of their body weight.
Absolutely. Alondra's she's taking a little bit wider turn. Tara's moving the best, in my opinion, on this.
She's definitely
absolutely moving the best.
And this is where Tara is notorious for making her move. She's
Krista Glossy coming in, but you have 9 women on this at the same exact time, separated by like 1 lap length. I think Tara's making a big move right here. Camilla's not moving too fast. Oh, she's off.
You got to figure. Lauren right behind her.
About the same gap as before.
Tara now into third.
Tara definitely made a move right there. It was very obvious watching. Annie's coming off in fourth. She can stay in podium position.
Now I'm looking at Annie and I'm seeing that pace has slowed
a little bit. She didn't race yesterday, so she might be a little less fatigued.
Now, much like yesterday, what I'm seeing in Tara.
Lauren's got the eye of the tiger right now. Like, she was dialing right there. I think she's going to make a good move on this bike.
I see both Lauren and Tara in full David Magida hunt mode.
Absolutely.
Let's get down to the bikes. And this is a station that makes or breaks. Now you notice what they did. They dropped every bike seat down to zero.
Everybody has to start from a bad spot.
But what that does is that evens the playing field, and you're not going to have somebody like yesterday where Camilla was so jammed up. So now it becomes who's really got the bike. Right now, Tara looks to be going at the greatest RPM.
If we looked at yesterday's results, 202 for Tara on the bike and 208 for Lauren, 158 for Camilla, despite the bike mishap.
158.
So I think Camilla she looks the fastest at the moment also, but Tara seemed to have a little bit of an edge on Lauren, and she was about 6 seconds behind. They might get out at the same time.
Almost more important than the bike is the run that follows the bike.
Absolutely.
And you'll see right now, Carly Wopat looking like she's going to fight. She's going to make her move.
Carly, this isn't even fair right now. She's probably over 70 RPMs.
And that she needs to make her move here. If she doesn't make her move here, her day is done. This is where she has to make it count.
Based on how output is on this machine, it's exponential. So the faster you go, the quicker you burn those calories. It's not a set distance like you have for the skier and the rower. I think Carly's making a big difference.
However, she is fading. Okay. And now going to the stage.
I thought she was about to get off. I was like, that was so fast.
She is capable of some incredible times, but I don't think she's looking quite like she's got the gas to finish it. Whereas Tara has maintained her pace, as has Camilla. And Lauren Griffin still keeping up, maybe going at a higher pace than Camilla. Looks like
1 calorie left for Camilla.
2 for Lauren.
No, first and second place.
Camilla now about to get off.
Camilla is about to be done.
Really riding out that last bit.
I just saw the judge hold up a 5 for Carly. She might be getting off really soon.
Lauren off. It looks like Tara's off. They are hunting Camilla. This is unbelievably intense. I think that Carly
off. 4th place.
Along with Alondra. But this run will be so important. Can Carly maintain?
I think Carly's sold out right there, and that might catch up with her.
Gonna move our way down here.
Look at maybe 1 second behind.
Yeah, you were right when you say Laura is in full attack.
Tara, right there. Tara is so efficient at the movement.
Camilla with a 1 rep lead on Lauren and probably a 3 rep lead on Tara.
And Camilla, as a taller athlete, has a disadvantage because every single rep has to go over your shoulder.
She is moving well, moving very well. I would say probably moving the best of the 3 right now.
Yep.
But can she maintain it? Getting a little sloppy now and she's slowing. Now her technique though, Lauren's technique a little off, making a little extra second here or there.
Alondra's not efficient. She's dropping it too far to the side instead of directly over her body. She's got to go horizontal every time.
Yeah, she's taking that step very far forward, but he's not getting the roll.
Camilla is off.
Lauren is out.
Lauren is off. Camilla made about 3 seconds right there. Oh man. 2 zones left.
Now, will Camilla's broken finger play into the tank pull?
I don't know.
Lauren and Tara are fully after her.
Yesterday, Camilla went 2:04. Tara went 2:01.
It'll be close.
Lauren went 2:17. Oh, Tara's closing. Tara's closing.
Tara is at her best running pace.
Camilla right into it right away.
And they are going side by side.
Camilla is running with it.
Tara with an arms extended strategy. Camilla a little choppy on the start of the pole.
Yeah.
Tara with a great transition.
I think Tara's moving the best out of everybody here.
Tara looked so good on that yesterday.
Oh my God, this is so close.
It's going to be about the transition from push to pull.
Let's get on the other side of the speaker.
Get that scoot down a bit. We're going to get down a little bit, a little away from that speaker.
Look at the time on the clock. 16:48.
It looks like Lauren is about to overtake Camilla. And Tara's not far behind.
Unreal.
This will be a burpee off.
What do? Do you pull a Ryan Kent if you're Camilla? Do you just save it up for the burpees, or do you go with her on the run?
I think the way Lauren's running, you can't let her get away. You got to sell out now.
You have to.
You got to give everything you got and hope you can hold on.
I actually think the opposite. I would just go a little back so that you have a little extra for the burpees at the end.
All right, now we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But Lauren Griffin has made the pass, and Tara is about to pass Camilla now on this pole. But there will be not much difference. We're talking less than 10 meters between all 3 women by the time they run.
112 yesterday on the burpees for Camilla, 110 for both Tara and Lauren. They're almost identical.
Tara has officially made the pass into second.
Oh my God.
Camilla is really fading. She's struggling here. Here we go.
Let's see.
There goes Lauren. There goes
2
Tara.
seconds. 2 seconds.
And there goes Camilla.
5 seconds
Camilla
down.
from first to third on the
Oh
tank.
my God. Look at the crowd. Just everybody going over there.
I say we go right across to the start line.
Yeah, do it.
Come on. Yep. All right. We are positioned right at the start, right at the finish line here. Oh, I'm talking to the mic.
What do you do if you're Tara? Do you get right next to her or hide?
Tara's going to go on the other side. Tara is
Here we go.
Tara will have that one step-up technique. Such a crowd, it's so hard to tell, but I think...
Alondra at the same time as Camilla.
And
Alondra,
Alondra
a dark horse for third right now.
And she is going a hell of a rep. It looks like Tara might be making a little ground on Lauren. But
She had about a 2-second gap.
She is definitely burpeeing faster. And she's going faster as she goes, but Lauren might be slowing a little bit.
Richard Glosky got in there. Look at that, making up time.
Well, we said it, you can't
Look
get
at
her
how
out.
Chris is going. But this is all about Lauren versus Tara.
I think Tara's got it. I think she's made up that one rep.
Oh my God, the pain right now that they must
Look at that one step technique. There it is, Tara Jackson. You're talking It's not over. Lauren Griffin, second place.
Second place, Lauren Griffith, first Tara.
Can Alondra overtake Camilla? Can Alondra beat
Alondra,
Camilla? Third place. This is absolute chaos and carnage. Alondra Greenwood. They are fighting. What a battle.
So crazy.
And we've said it, Tara's a second half player.
Yeah. Timed it perfectly.
And I think Camilla had a
I
much
think
better
Chris might
day.
end up getting fifth again. Yeah.
There she goes, Chris Ramoski.
Again.
As we said, you can never be surprised.
No. Annie Schiller, who was dominant up front in the first half of the race, probably going to finish sixth right now.
I think just once she got to that bike, it just wore her out.
She was not racing for anything but the win.
Oh,
Carly plays.
Oh, and she is feeling it.
Alex Walker.
Oh, and just
getting
ended
heads
Alex
up by
Walker.
Annie.
We're talking half a second.
What a painful race.
Unbelievable. They say the mile is the most painful.
That was fun to watch.
I said that the mile would be the most exciting race, and I stand by that. Let's see, we got two more ladies to finish.
Finishing it up. Samantha Faddis, Bridget Brown.
We'll stay with them.
And don't forget, P2 is happening right now.
Samantha just got me finishing up.
Katie just finished. Samantha's finishing her birthday right now.
Sorry, my bad, my mistake. Yeah, at this point, the second wave could start to come into play.
Yeah.
I would say your podium's probably pretty safe.
Yeah, this wasn't a particularly fast course. They were a little over 19:30.
Okay, a little over 19.
Slower than their PRs.
But still, I mean,
Unbelievable time, obviously.
yeah, and just the racing. So, I mean, like you said,
Race back and forth. That was so impressive. Should we get a word with Lauren? You want to?
Yeah, let's see it, Lauren. We'll need the mic. You want to get your?
You want after? Or I'll do after.
What's that?
I'll do the second person.
Okay, go.
Oh, yeah, no, Dave.
Tara, you ready? Okay. Okay, the picture, podium picture first. We'll catch up after. We're doing the podium picture. We're gonna see if we can get an interview. Yeah. We're gonna get an interview after. We'll see if they get a podium picture first.
Dave, just look at how sweaty everybody is. They gave it everything they had.
And Bridget Brown, hats off to Bridget. I mean, how long post birth is Bridget? How long ago was Bridget have her baby?
Oh, it was this summer.
This summer. I mean,
Probably 6 months at most.
she is an absolute machine. Diving right back in. Awesome. Nancy. Come on, we get Tara. Are you ready now, Tara?
So fun.
We both picked you.
Yeah.
Well, no surprise. I do it every time.
Probably a little worried in the beginning.
All right. So, last year, fit champ, strong champ. This one eluded you. You're back on top. How did it feel at the start? That was intense, and you had to play your catch up.
Yeah, like I know that I can back half race, but the race is so short. So I was kind of worried that they were getting a little away from me. But once I came into the farmer's carry and I had like less than a length behind, I was like, time to sell it on the bike. And then I came off the bike pretty close, so I was like, all right.
And then you made
Fucking
another big move on the tank.
Yeah.
And with being side by side with them, did that help you being able to, I know where I'm at?
Yeah, well, I thought because yesterday I really got Lauren on the tank that I could get her, but she was pulling away from Camilla, so she was almost pulling me too. So I was like, match her, and then we went out really close together, and I was like, it's gonna be a burpee off.
So you came in and you were probably one of the few women who does that one step back to single leg, but you were going at such a high rate. Do you think that's ever going to catch on, or is that just your own personal weapon?
I think it's like energy, because 20 is still a lot. So I've tested it before. It's only like 1 or 2 seconds slower if I sell out. So I mixed it a little bit.
Well, 1 or 2 seconds kind of made all the difference today.
It did.
All right, so Tara Jackson, 2023 Deka Mile World Champion, 2 down, 1 to go.
Yeah. 2 to go.
2 to go. Oh, yes, that's right. All right, congratulations.
Thank you so much. And a pump.
Ah! Congratulations, Sarah. All right.
Last year, that felt like. Gotta have. That was fucking awesome.
That is true excitement and really deserve it. I mean, you deserve it. We said before, you live this. You are the Deka girl. You focus on this more than anybody. Nobody deserves it more. My partner here is signing autographs. Look at that. You win, and Jack Bauer is signing autographs.
Like, I remember one of the first times I ever met Yancey. I was at a Spartan race in Palm Beach, and I won the race. And he's talking to my boyfriend about being on the Spartan team. Didn't talk to me, but this was before we became friends, so it's okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you want to hear more from Terry Jackson, she'll be commentating later on.
Oh yeah, for my relay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. Go get cool. Hey. That's my coach, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Jack. I'm back on it. I just got one of the sweatiest hugs of all time.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. What time we got? We should make it down for the men.
So we still have Bethany on the course right now and a few others.
Looks like that wave 2 wins.
Did you get to talk with Lauren at all?
No, we just got Sarah. But we've got a good finish here on your second wave.
Sarah Grippy on the right, Bethany. All right.
Sarah Grippy. Now we got a burpee off.
Sarah just finished.
Burpee off between Bethany McChesney and Lori Winkleman.
Sarah just sold out.
Two of my favorite races right here. My podcast partner, Bethany McChesney, Canada's Pride, and Lori Winkleman, my pizza buddy. And again, I want to talk about a second half racer. Lori Winkleman is a second half racer. It looks like Bethany's got the pace though. I've always said I will pick Bethany in a burpee off against almost anybody. Yeah. Lori Winkleman is giving everything.
All Laura did yesterday was win the Go Ruck.
Yeah, well,
and then win the regular non-weighted edition like 5 minutes later. So this is her third race in like 12 hours.
I don't think she had any break in between. One to go for Lori. Bethany comes across the line.
Wow, that was really good help on the volunteer right there.
Very sharp hits. Oh, she put everything.
Lori Winkleman finishing.
There you go. This is just fantastic. What a race for these ladies. Everybody crawling on the floor. Hopefully we'll get some times later and see how that worked out.
Oh, for the second heat relative to the first one? Yeah.
So Jack, I can't say that you can't be disappointed in how well that went.
Nope. Looks like Bethany and Laurie were 10th and 11th.
I'm here. She got 5th and second heat.
5th? Let's see. No, what's it?
Yeah. From the
Sarah
second
Grippy ended up being 5th place from the second heat.
There you go. We did say someone could sneak up there.
Unreal. So Sarah, she got second in the Go Ruck division yesterday. What a finish.
5th. You got 5th.
She's an official partner of the OCR.
There you go, Sarah Grippy, official partner of the OCR report.
And there goes my phone.
What a race. What an amazing event. Deka mile.
All right. Guess what? Time for the men's race.
All right, let's make our way back.
Good job, Sarah.
Congratulations. Hey, girl. Way to go. I'll tell you right now, Jack, one of the hardest things about this, and I know you feel the same way as I do, is we are so close to so many of these people.
How do you cheer for someone over another person?
You just get so emotionally involved.
At this point, I just cheer for a good race, and guess what we decide?
Yeah.
A ridiculous race.
And the good news is, you're going to get another one. And then another 2 tomorrow, or 3, or 4, or 5.
Yeah. But if we do a quick little recap on that, we basically saw what happened with Ryan Kent and Rylan last year between Lauren Griffith and Tara Jackson. Tara making her move a little bit, Rylan got ahead, and then right in the burpees, that was where the difference was made. And Tara was just a little bit faster at them.
Tara is the master of what I call winning ugly. She may not be the smoothest. Her burpee form might look unusual, but she gets the job done.
Tara may not end up winning the golden crown, like they said, all 3 races, like a lot of athletes are hoping for. But she has the career already.
Oh yeah, she is. If there was a Deka Hall of Fame, 2 years,
after 2 races,
she would be top of the bar.
She's the best Deka racer of all time so far. And I know it's a young sport. More athletes will come in, but she's still taking down pretty much everybody.
And now, if you thought there wasn't much room on this course before, there's even less now.
Yeah,
these are big boys.
And everyone weighs 20 pounds more. All right, from left to right, you have Jared Newby, David McGee, Ryan Geiger, Ryan Kent, Nick Riker, and Rylan Shattuck in the front row. Jared Newby, a little bit slow on the lunges. I see him. He's a 150, 800 PR.
We got Kevin Gregory is now in the Heat 1.
Oh yeah, I could see Kevin Gregory pulling making a big move on the air bike again after yesterday.
Now I promised I was only going to comment on Kevin Gregory's running form, and that would be it. But I lied. That man did a 15-second 25 cal bike yesterday.
That should be illegal.
That bike looked afraid. I was worried it was going to fall to pieces.
My guess, Jarrett Newby gets out really, really fast here.
There you go. But I still
with Rylan.
I see Rylan. Look, he's got that inside. He might try that same move that Lauren Griffith did.
Commentating with you.
Oh, all right then. All right, we'll
That's some mindset stuff because I saw some guys shit the bed yesterday.
All right, here. Jump on.
Oh, sweet.
Or if you're out of breath.
Sorry for the breathing.
All right, take a minute.
We'll
Take a minute.
switch at some point.
Let them go first.
All right, we're getting ready here for the start line. This will come in hot. We're going to hug the railing here to make sure we stay out of everybody's way because it's going to get nasty. These are some big, strong boys.
Ryan Kent looks determined right now.
There we go, Ryan Kent pushing out hard, but Rylan decided no. Like we said,
Kevin Gregory does not care where he's at. He is a second half racer, and that paid off. You saw some athletes get out way too fast in the women's heat.
If Kevin Gregory came in at lunges anywhere but last place, it would be a mistake. But he's also going to be joined by some other powerful CrossFit type athletes.
Yeah, let's hug the inside edge. I don't want to get killed.
You got guys like Marcus Wallace and Colin Deefer both in there with incredible CrossFit backgrounds with less running.
Let's see Aaron Nolan getting out there with the top dogs right there, coming out with the 17:25.
Aaron Nolan, soft spot in my heart for a man in my age group, man. I'm all for it.
36 seconds to run the opening 160.
One thing with racing, I just ran the female race. These turns, they're like playing basketball. You really have to have a good pivot. And if you don't have that good pivot, it's very hard to keep your pace up. So I'm hoping these guys really understand to stay close to that corner and use their momentum going through it.
Did you find it was better to come wide and apex it or to stay tight and sharp corner?
Well, I played basketball, so I was all about that tight, really just do that little shuffle step and use my pivot foot to move forward. It really depends on what skill set you are.
Out-positioned Rylan on the lunges, actually taking that closer lane. Now they're going to come into the rower here, and this is where I think you're going to see some of these guys like a Colin Steeper, like a Marcus Wallace, make some time on these like notorious machine animals.
Is it worth it right now, though? I think if you can hang back a couple seconds from like where you really could go on the rower, save your legs for later. You're going to make up more ground then.
Couldn't agree more with that. Save your legs. I felt like the pack started to break up around the stops and the sit-ups, just because right here it's really easy to keep your momentum, and then people go a little too hard, and then that mental game starts up, and then they start backing themselves up because they add that pressure to themselves.
So if I'm a high machine athlete, a CrossFit style athlete, someone with that power, maybe not the foot speed, where do I make my move?
Oh, 100% on those machines. If you're tall and you know how to use that machine to your ability, I would go 100% on the rower and really on that skier. Everything else, I would kind of just keep a consistent pace and bring your breath back during that run.
Just watching. Yeah. So right now, every single athlete that I'm seeing between 30 to see the second heat go off right there. Dylan Scott's in that heat. 4th place yesterday. Cole Walkington also top 10 finish. You've got some fast names. Don't forget about them.
We should probably have these guys coming off soon.
Ryland is well over 400 meters right now. He's about to get off.
Ryan Kent looking very smooth, very calm, looking around a little
Ryland's
bit.
at about 480. Probably 2 more strokes he's done.
His feet are out.
Feet are out. There he goes. Ryland shedding. 330. Ryan Kent, number 2.
He let that thing roll.
Marcus
Look
Wallace.
at Marcus Wallace pulling into third.
Yeah.
We said he's great on the machines. Colin Cypher and Nick Riker
knows what to do.
Newby right behind him. Aaron Nolan.
Newby.
David Magida coming.
Everybody. David Magida doing what David Magida does. I'm not worried about him at all.
Greiger, Glenn Race, and Kevin Gregory doing exactly what we expect from Kevin Gregory. Kevin Gregory will say, I'm going to hang here until the bike, and then let's see what we got left.
He knows what he's doing. You can tell.
Ryan Kent's been dealing with a little bit of a toe issue. I wonder if this might be a hard station for him, to be honest.
And Roland had a stumble yesterday on this station. Cost him a few seconds, which would be more.
Nick Riker in 4. You know he's riding high on confidence right now.
And Nick Riker being much more strategic.
What a transition for him there.
Look at the bounce in Ryland's legs.
Yeah.
He has got nothing but energy in those
Like he
legs.
didn't even race yesterday.
This is now, I really pay attention to what we were saying with form and composure. You can tell the people that are really focused and the ones that are starting to lose it a little
Ryland's
bit.
off.
I see somebody put their hand on the box because they're starting to lose their momentum. Yeah, well, Ryland, he kept that focus down. His head was on
7-second lead on Ryan Kent right
exact
now.
spot the whole entire time.
That might be one of the fastest box jumps I've ever
Yeah.
seen. Nick Riker making his move.
Nick Riker closing in on Marcus
Colin
Wallace.
Steefer.
Grayson Kilgore, who we have not seen on the big stage yet, 5th place right now.
Followed by Jarrett Newby and Aaron Nellen, and then
Sixth place.
David McGee, 6th place, sorry. Now I'm looking at Geiger on the boxes. He's still getting a little labored. We've got Ryland Shag already into the sit-ups. 2, 3,
Ryan Kent,
4,
every single time.
5 rep lead.
Every single time. Ryland is always picking the farthest run. Ryan Kent is doing the one where he has the optimal U-turn spot. He just gets out of there and runs right away.
It's almost like Ryland likes to get into it fast,
Yep.
and Kent likes the quick exit.
Exactly.
2 different mindsets. And I know that Kent does that all the time, so they're
Marcus
both
Wallace is moving with that thing. Nick Riker had a good sit-up yesterday. Marcus Wallace, he's moving so much faster than Nick right now.
Flipped himself around so he could just stand up and
Exactly.
do it.
Ryland off right away. Exactly. We saw this. Ryan Kent behind him. I think Ryan Kent made a little ground up on those sit-ups.
He did, absolutely. Couple seconds. I think he's where he wants it.
Marcus Wallace looking really strong today.
Marcus
Nick
had a
Riker
fantastic-
making his move into 4th.
Second to third. Yep.
6 seconds from 2nd to 3rd. That's all that's in it. Aaron Nellen out now. Jarrett Newby, David Magida making a little move. Look at Ryland. Ryland, now you want to talk body language. I see Ryland just checking over his shoulder. Is that maintaining pace or is that concern?
I would say it's concern. I know everybody views that a little bit differently, but if you're looking behind you, you're not worrying what's in front of you. And if you're not worrying what's in front of you, it's very easy for you to, run into all these people that are actually not supposed to be in your way, but they can get in your way. The signs are in your way. The cameraman are in the way. If you look back for one moment, you could be done so right then and there.
All right, so Jack.
Heat 2 is about to go off.
All right, Jack, we're here at the skier. Who are we going to get? Who is notorious for the skier? Who's going to come out of here with the best ski?
Ryan Kent, a fantastic skier. I think he went 324 for a 1K in High Rocks before. I think low 140s is very comfortable for him. I don't think you're going to see much of a move between the two of them, but Marcus Wallace in 3rd place. He's so good on the machines. I think he might get out about the same time as Ryan Kent.
Well, and Marcus Wallace has that height that can really help with that stroke length.
Absolutely. Nick Riker is much improved on his ski, but that has typically been one of his weaker stations in the past. But he got 3rd place yesterday. I don't think he cares what position he's in. He had a fantastic bike.
So, form-wise, what do you see here form-wise? Who's hanging and who's not?
Who's hanging? I apologize. I was paying to the second heat for one moment, so I wasn't really paying attention to everybody's momentum on the skier. But the way I look at it, if people are going a little bit on their toes, they still have their momentum. If that stops a little bit, you can tell that they're starting to get tired and they're actually muscling it up with their arms.
So
and that will affect you when it comes to the farmer's carry.
So right now, Ryland Jones has his hand up, which means he's getting pretty close to finishing.
Yeah, it looks like he's done 400 meters. By the way, well done by that judge. Hopefully we get more of them doing that.
Oh, yeah. Ryland's done. Ryan Kent right now, right 1 second behind him.
Yeah, Ryan Kent, again, slowly making up ground.
I was wrong on Marcus making up the time. Kent pressed.
This is a different Ryan Kent than we saw yesterday.
1 second.
Nick Riker making a pass over Marcus Wallace into third place.
Colin Stiefer in fifth. Grayson Kilgore sixth.
At the farmer's carry. Now we saw some moves made on the farmer carry by Terry Jackson. But I'm the one that noticed that Ryan Kent made up ground on the skier, but Ryland pulled away a little bit on that run. He looks solid.
Now this is a little head-to-head. How do you not look at the person right next to you? How do you keep your game and, keep your momentum like I keep saying? I know that's really important here. Let's see if Ryan Kent can catch up to him, because who knows? It could be an instant meltdown, or it could motivate him to push a little harder now.
Jack, I'm thinking that Ryland looks like he's moving well here.
All of Nick Riker's moving well. I think all of them right now are thinking about the bike. They're just completing this right now, all about the bike.
I want to say something about bike. I really liked how all the bikes started at zero. There's a little bit less panic on which bike you should be going to, and it sets it up for everybody to have the same exact thing going into. They have to set their bike. I really, really like this change.
And it looked like Ryland maybe put a little tap on Kent.
2 extra seconds from before.
But not only that, this run here, Ryland is looking solid, and Kent maybe has lost a little pace.
But look at the difference. Marcus Wallace ran all the way to the end, unlike Nick Riker, and now he moved into third place.
That's a good call. Colin Stiefer out now.
Oh, man. Here's the bike.
And it looked like Ryland doing a little bit of a shakeout.
I don't know if he's aware that the seat was low. Oh, man. Ryland is hammering it.
Oh, God.
Kent hasn't even started. Oh, man.
Ryland's going to be off this thing in less than 30 seconds.
Oh, look at Kent, though. Yeah, right. Like he's not hammering it either.
Ryland, he just changed the dial on height. Where Kent, he did the height, and also he brought the seat back a little bit. And that added just 2 more seconds to it. I think the height's important. Where the seat is, I am a girl, so it's a little bit easier for me to get away with that seat being up. But being a tall guy, you have to push it back a little bit just to get that extra little thing.
Three left for Ryland. 2 left. 1.
And they're bringing in another bike here.
He's off.
They got to watch him. Got to clear the track.
Wow. Dylan Scott's going to get to run with Ryland, or vice versa right now. That's helpful.
And like I said, look at that difference. Kent finishing up now.
But a 9-second gap at this point.
And this run will be telling. Nick Riker giving it. Nick Riker, Marcus Wallace in an epic battle. Aaron Nolan hammering the bike.
Looking like Tim Paulson at the CrossFit game.
Nick Riker is off. Marcus Wallace right behind him.
All right. Here we go, Ryland's chatting.
Hold on. We're split between the dead bike, but Kevin Gregory is getting to his bike.
His famous what? He gets 25 hours in 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah, he won't be on there more than 20. He pumps up, and then he lets loose. Here it goes. Just hammering it. Ryland snagging Ryan Kent, moving rep for rep here. Ryland maybe with a little extra kicks, just throwing it over his shoulder.
They're just matching each other right now. No one's making a big difference right here. If I'm Ryan Kent, I'm remembering what I did last year. It was all about 4 or 5 seconds that he got behind him in the burpees. That's where he won last year. I think Ryan Kent is strategically holding back, thinking he can do what Tara just did about 20 minutes ago, and Ryan did last year to win the title.
We're watching right in front of us here, Marcus Wallace and Nick Wright go rep for rep.
Marcus is in a great position because Nick's got to go around him, and he's watching Nick every single rep.
And Ryland has gapped Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent still going. Ryland over, probably a 70-meter lead now. Marcus Wallace had to turn around though.
Here we go. Let's go into the sleds.
We're gonna wait and see here. If we get Nick Riker coming out ahead, Marcus Wallace right behind him.
Get on the other side of the speaker. Like,
This is where
Too loud.
Ryland's already completed 20 meters, and Kent, so he's got just over a 20-meter lead.
Now this is where those little tiny mistakes can really add up. You have to make sure that the whole entire sled is completely over the first line, and when you bring it back, you only need to have those last little wheels at the end, but still, sometimes you forget about that when you got race brain.
We've got Marcus Wallace and Nick Riker about to come in a second apart from each other, third place. What a battle. Marcus, every single time, going all the way to the end. I like that idea better. You keep your speed up.
I think that's great. And also what I saw here is I saw Ryland Shea making great transitions from push to pull, and Kent stammering on his first transition.
Marcus he's so fast in this right now. Yeah. He's gonna get out in third, and Nick's not even gonna know he's there.
Yeah. The way Marcus is pushing that tank, he might really take a bit of a gap on it. But Colin Stiefer is putting his nose in this fight. Marcus Wallace is legitimately making a move. But Ryland hasn't changed pace the whole time in this race. He has been all out. Look, he's making a little room there, trying to get some room on that sled.
Ryland pushing on the side. That was very weird. Did you see that? You got all on the right side.
I wasn't sure if he was maybe trying to adjust it so that they didn't have a collision. Now I noticed he's doing a lot of walking. I found earlier pulling the tank, rolling it was better. What did you take? There's Ryland.
I like rolling it. That sled
look at how fast he is going right now. He's going for
I
the
agree.
world
He's
record.
going all out. He really wants to be Ryan Kent on this little bit. He has nothing to lose here.
They're 50 and 23 right now into the race. He'll probably reach here at about 50. He goes under a minute, he's breaking the world record.
He's going to be at the burpees before Kent gets off the sled.
Oh my God.
And look at Marcus Wallace.
That might have been the fastest split I've ever seen in a run.
Look at, he's smiling.
And I see his breathing. He is open mouth, hardcore, sucking in as much air as possible because he knows that he's not going to have much air during those burpees. He's basically doing it at a very endurance aerobic ability. That's how I like to describe it.
I just saw Ryan Kent peek over his shoulder and see Ryland doing his burpees. And it was like, I'm settled. Marcus Wallace makes the pass into third.
Marcus definitely was moving better on the sled than Nick. Nick still has about half a leg. But look at Ryland right now.
Ryland not stopping, keeping up that pace,
60-73
for his
is
position.
the world record that he holds. And more. He's not going to
really
get a
change the game on everybody's thought process. You know, like we said, Ryan Kent was on his toes every single zone. And then at the last minute, he noticed that he was already doing his burpee. So his last run, to me, I could be wrong. So don't hold me to this. He seemed like he was like, you know what, he's got it. So I would love to hear your thoughts, Kent, on what you were thinking after this.
Marcus Wallace in third place. Ryland has about one more rep, and he's a world champion under 17 minutes.
Marcus Wallace, there's Ryan.
Same exact time as last year.
Rosenegg, your Deka Mile 2023 world champions. Now, Ryan Kent.
Oh, Nick Riker doesn't like Colin coming behind him. I would not want that right now.
Colin Stiefer moving.
You got to get up a little higher. Got to get higher.
The judges are on it. Now I think he's got a little faster cadence than Nick, but can he get in there?
Ryan Kent only has a couple left, and then he's second place.
Marcus Wallace looks like he's going to take that. There's Kent across the line
Second
for
place,
second.
Ryan Kent. Good redemption. Ryland won by over 40 seconds. What a dominating victory.
Now we're just waiting. See if Marcus Wallace can keep his lead over Nick Riker. There's Marcus Wallace.
Third place, breaking 18 minutes.
Podium finish for Marcus Wallace. Now can Nick Riker hold on? No, Colin Stiefer. Colin Stiefer. Fourth place ditches out Nick Riker.
Look at Magida moving. He is so fast on these burpees.
Yeah, Magida, the notorious second half racer. Nick Riker across the line. There's Magida.
Magida in 5th place.
I love this finish, even though I've crossed the finish line. You can tell that all these guys still want their spot. They're giving their all. It's amazing watching this because you don't get this every single race, and it's amazing watching everybody to the point where they're emptying their tank all the way past me.
Every position counts. There's Grayson going across the line. Like you say, every position counts. Everyone matters at this point. It's not just 1, 2, 3, and we're done. There's Jared Newby across the line.
Let's not forget, we have Dylan Scott on the course right now. We saw Sarah Grippy 5th place in the second heat. This race isn't over on the men's side.
That's right. Dylan Scott could very well do the same.
The first 4 females broke under 20, and I was the first one to, I think I'm 2005.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cole Walkington is actually leading the second heat right now.
There we go. Cole
Over Dylan. Yep, there he is. He's taking off.
And it looks like,
oh no, Dylan got ahead of him on the bike.
Yeah, Dylan has pushed it. And we know Dylan is deadly on the machines.
Yep.
And also has endless amounts of energy. He has the biggest engine of anyone here.
Yep.
We've often said that, like, when there's a 24-hour Deka, Dylan is a hands-down bet to win. All right, let's make our way across the line.
Wait, we got 2 more. We'll go after Austin.
You know, Austin's a guy that doesn't get a lot of publicity here, but he's always
going to be dangerous and strong tomorrow.
Austin Shot dropping in right now as well.
Mark Polzine finishing.
Mark Polzine is getting after it right now.
Mark Polzine again, another man up in my age bracket. Always glad to see.
Look at the pain on everyone. Like everyone just looks like they just got destroyed. Obviously.
It always looks like a train wreck at the end.
Absolutely.
That just shows you.
That was what the women's team looked. It just looked like the sweatiest group of people I've ever seen.
And I've heard people say, well, Deka's not hard to do. Deka's not hard.
Do it faster.
Yeah, go faster. It's hard. It's hard.
Not too many people on the planet who can go faster than these guys.
There's a reason that these best athletes in the world are down on the ground like they've been beaten to death.
Marcus Wallace is casually walking around after 3rd place. You want to get a word with him?
Yeah, that's right. Catch Marcus Wallace.
Good job, Aaron.
Hey, congratulations, Aaron. Well done, brother.
45 years old, crushing it.
I know. I had to thank him for not competing against me. Marcus,
you want to talk real quick?
I get to meet you finally.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, all right. Hey, all right. All right.
I'll talk. You have to hold that. Oh, I got to hold it. Yeah.
I'll help you. There we go.
So, fantastic race, podium. What was your strategy? It looked like every single time we saw you enter a zone, you took the far zone. Like you kept your speed up entering it. Were you trying to hide from people a little bit? Like what was your idea?
I keep my speed up on the sled for sure.
Yeah.
Nick was ahead of me. I went down the line. I was watching him. I don't know if he was watching me.
Yeah.
And I got the lead. I thought I could close on Burke.
It looked like on the sled you were just like out of sight, out of mind a little bit, and then
that was definitely
you
the
got
goal.
a big gap. Okay, that made sense. And you're known for your machine prowess. It looked like you actually didn't put a big gap on it. Did you slow down a little bit?
My goal was to go on hard, get good positioning.
Yeah.
Get to the ski. I know I can recover at 148, 150.
Yeah.
Recover there. Thought I could bike faster, but I held on. And
so even though you're capable of going much faster, you use it as a rest a little bit on the ski.
I think everyone goes too hard on the earth sometimes. So
yeah, I agree.
chilled out a little bit. 140's 2K pace plus 5 seconds for me. So.
And you asserted yourself very early. It seemed like the people who did that in the men's race held on. There weren't too many blow-ups. A little surprising. Were you kind of surprised everyone kind of stayed relative the same?
I was in the back yesterday and everyone stayed relative, but I was in the back. So today I want to be in the front and stay relative. So
exactly.
Yes. It all worked out.
Awesome. Any other experiences? Like what was it like going through there? When did you know you had third locked up?
I study everything. I knew everyone splits on burpees yesterday, so the only standout yesterday was Magida, so I knew if I had time on him, I'd probably
Gotcha.
be able to bring it home.
And he made a big move at the end. I think he moved.
I figured he would.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, congrats on the third place.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you for a photo.
Yeah.
Give their mic back.
You want to talk with Ken?
Yeah. Just Colin.
Put it here.
Hello, gentlemen.
How are you doing, Colin? All right.
I'm fabulous.
What have you been up to?
Exercise mostly the last couple
good.
days.
I noticed you got a bit of a sweat up. Dude, so came in today, this race maybe fits your background a bit more, a little more power, a little more intensity. How did it go out there?
It went well. It was hard. I was tired. I felt tired earlier than I thought I was going to, so it was a little bit more mental. Just kind of like shut my brain off and just do what I know I can do, not because I want to do it, or not because I feel like I can do it, just because I've done it before, just do it again.
Some point now, when it went out, it obviously went out hot. Ryland took you guys, made sure you went out really fast.
Yes.
What were you thinking, say, when you got to your first roll, where you're talking about, for a guy like you who's really good with the machines, use this to rest and recover, or did you push the issue?
So in my experience so far, which is kind of limited, usually I'm slower on the first run, slow out of the lunges, then after the row, I'll jump into first or second. That didn't happen today, but I caught up. I had to look at the splits, but I made up some good ground on the row, and then it would just maintain until the ski, try to get a little room on the ski, maintain until the bike. This is a different animal because everybody's good on the bike, so that was kind of just save it out, like maintain, and then just
Now,
try to survive.
right at the end of the burpees there, obviously Nick Riker's in front of you going in.
Yeah.
Did you feel you had what it takes to out-burpee him? You were in hunt mode at that point.
Well, I was going to try, but I didn't want to race him, so I didn't go to the same side because I didn't want him to have a one-rep lead. You know, all he had to do was maintain it, so I went the opposite side and just gave it what I had, and I think it was good by a rep.
Yeah.
So it worked, but I did not know because I could not see him.
Yeah, you were in there. Does this kind of announce your presence? I mean, this is a great finish. You came in fourth there. How does this set you up for tomorrow?
You know, I'm not sure. I want to say, I was talking to my girlfriend Molly this morning, and she's like, well, you're good at the mile. This is better for you than fit. I'm like, yes, but it also is for so many other guys too. So same thing with the strong. I'm going to do what I can do, and hopefully it puts me in contention to race Bubbles on the bike, and then if I can beat him, maybe I'll knock down his ego a little bit. It'll be great.
Congratulations, man. Awesome job.
Thank
Can't
you
wait
so
to see
much.
you go tomorrow.
Thank you.
Did you just see that finish between Cole Walkington and Dylan Scott right there? I'm gonna have to refresh this. Like, they were moving. Cole, 6th place in the second heat right there. 6.
Cole Watson. How did Dylan come in there?
Changes the lineup a bit.
Yeah. Dylan Scott might have been 7 or 8.
Let's hit.
Hello.
Talk to Nick Riker here.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Good. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah. Nick. Here we go. Nick. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So how was it out there?
It was good. I thought top 5 would be a realistic goal, and I got 5th. Anyway, this guy almost got me here the second heat, but it was good. I knew I had to go out hard. The last few stations, like the bigger guys like Morgan Swallow and Colin Seafer, that if I don't have a lead on them, they're going to pass me in. I didn't get enough good enough lead, but I'm happy with 5th right now.
All right, well, you did awesome out there.
Yeah.
Now I'm just curious, you raced yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So how was that race going into this race, knowing that you're going to be a little bit fatigued coming in?
Yeah, my whole year has been surrounded by Deka Fit, not Deka Mile.
Yeah.
My whole goal was to get podium at Deka Fit, have fun the rest of the weekend. So, yeah, I was pretty freaking sore going into this race, but it wasn't like the biggest goal of mine. I got 3rd yesterday at the race I wanted to, and I'm just happy to run this race.
Okay,
so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then, just going in tomorrow, are you also racing for the strong?
Yeah, I'm racing for the strong. That's even more of my weak point there. So we're gonna go there, have some fun with some of my best friends that I race against, and just close out the weekend.
And I like when the races are for fun.
Yeah.
You are viewing them a little bit less stress-based. So you're going to go into it. I'm sure you're going to start feeling great.
Yeah.
And you're going to probably pick it up. Do you feel like that might happen to you?
Absolutely. Like yesterday, I was pretty stressed, pretty anxious, and today I had no anxiety at all about this race. Tomorrow I'll probably have less anxiety. It's just fun being out here right now.
Well, I'm excited to see you race. I love watching everybody just go at their full potential all the way to their end of E. So good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Appreciate
today.
it.
I got 5th too. So
absolutely.
we're
Congrats.
fifth
Let's
buddies.
go. $250 bucks.
All right, Jack.
Rylan. My voice is like.
All right, here we are. We've done this before. This is getting, a little bit redundant.
No, it's only 2.
It's only 2. All right. All right. 2023 Deka Mile World Champion Rylan Shadag. How did you feel today? And what I'm going to say right away, I'm going to start from the back to the front. After that tank, you shot out like a scared rabbit. I don't think I've ever seen anybody run that last run that fast.
My goal, I actually told one of the Noob Sanity people, I told him I was going to try and make it more of a tactical race, because on any course like this, kind of like yesterday, but even more so with the 180-degree turn, the ROI for sprinting down the straight is really low because you have to decelerate and then reaccelerate out of the corner. So it makes more sense to chill on the runs and hit the stations harder because the ROI on the stations is higher. And then after, I told them after the bike, I would attack. So that's what I did. And then I still had a lot in the tank after the sled and just decided to see if I could get below 17 minutes.
So you and Kent battled throughout most of it. At what point did you feel like you started to have the upper hand?
Box stepovers, but I told somebody I was going to wait till the bike, so I was like, well, I told them I'd accelerate after that, so I tried to be patient and do that.
The only thing you say about apexing the corners, essentially back to your biking routes, it looked to me like this course might have been a little narrower than last year.
I think so.
And was it a little harder and slippery? Was it a little harder to make that happen?
Actually, no. I think some parts of the corner, especially this one, was a little bit more slick than near one. But I noticed, like yesterday in my warm-up, like I like to analyze stuff. That's why I really enjoy coaching. I like analyzing data, but I also I like to look at the floor, and the polished concrete that's like shiny is way less grippy than the red and green. So I just tried to plan all my corners so all my footsteps were on the red and green.
You see, that's the kind of...
Yeah, and then I spit. I knew I was going to attack the run after the tank, so I spit on the ground, and then as I was pushing and pulling forward, I'd drag a foot through it to get, like the basketball trick. You lick and rub, or you can spit on the floor and rub it out.
And that's the kind of dedication it takes to win one of these now, man. You can't be half-hearted. So, how does this set you up for tomorrow? How are you feeling? Energy level? Are you riding a high? Are you going to ride the wave in?
Yesterday I spent a lot of time hanging around the venue. I've got a team, a mile team later, and my teammate's coming straight off of a co-ed to do the male team, so he's going to be gassed. So I'm probably going to do a lot of work tonight, and then I'll do a long cool down, and then I'll hit tomorrow. Tomorrow's a different style of racing. There's no running, so it'll be cool to see where my stations are at. I felt good on the stations today.
All right, man. 1 out, 2 down. Oh, wait, just gotta work.
I was gonna say, did you see what Hunter did earlier today in High Rocks?
Yeah.
Do you want to face him? You want to face him in the Deka arena?
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to. I think the more people that we can get into all of the racing, the better. And I know he would be, especially in the strong, he'd be hard to beat. In the mile, he'd probably be hard to beat as well. And so I don't underestimate him at all. He's the champ of High Rocks for a reason, and he has the world record for a reason. He's a stud of an athlete. But I would love to, look back to what I said yesterday. There's always someone better than you, and you don't get to see that until you meet them.
Until you show up.
Yeah, I guarantee there's some random guy on the street walking around, in the U.S. or in the world somewhere who could come in and whoop me. I guarantee it. And then I would realize, oh, okay, I need to work harder, and I'd probably get faster as well.
Gotcha. Sweet. We'll go for the Triple Crown tomorrow. Congrats on the win.
That's the goal. Thanks, guys.
Denied fist bump. It was on camera, so I was okay.
There we go. All right, Jack, any final words?
Deka Mile is crazy fun to watch. That women's race, how can you make it any better than that? So many lead changes, and the men's race was just so fast. Obviously, Kent fell off a little bit as Rylan separated at the end, approaching, he almost broke 17 again, which is rare territory for anybody to get. But that battle for third place was fantastic. Marcus Wallace, congrats on the podium.
Yeah, to me, Rylan just reasserting himself. Marcus Wallace announcing his presence and saying, I am here, I am legitimate, watch out for me, I'm not playing. Colin Stiefer as well getting in there, and Nick Riker carrying the momentum from yesterday, just proving he is a Mr. Deka. He's here to stay. I couldn't ask for a better, faster, more intense race, except that we will get those.
Exactly, Deka's strong. The other good thing is the name shifted a little bit, which is good because it shows they're not just the same distance every single time. Because you don't want predictable results. You want, the sprinters and the distance runners to have a little bit of a different result. So I think tomorrow in Strong, don't buy into everything you saw yesterday or today. It might be even more different.
And you have two people like come to one from the women, again, Carly Wopat, and then Kevin Gregory from the men, who today,
Ryan Geiger
as well, who may have been closer to the back of the pack today. Tomorrow, they are to be feared immensely because of their ability on the zones and in the machines especially. I can't wait. Also, don't forget, later on today, OCR Report will have men's relay, women's relay, co-ed relay. It'll be awesome. Jack, are you on the mic this one or no?
I don't think I'm going to. My voice, I barely have any at this point.
I think we're going to see probably.
I'll be watching, though.
Probably Luke and Tara. I will be running very near the back, but I will be running. That's not true because I have the best partner, Bethany McChesney. So, and thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the OCR Report. Check it out later. Thank you to all our partners and our amazing rabbits who are out there killing it, and Deka. We'll see you guys later on today.
That's way too loud. Even I'm annoyed by my voice at that volume. I know you guys